What's up, friendsitas? Welcome to this class where we're going to create majestical light leak effect. Wow! It's basically light leak plus some magical colors. I mean, as you probably noticed, I'm sitting in my kitchen. You came here not to have breakfast but to watch the tutorial, so I don't think you really care. Well, unless you're really hungry, but anyway, let's cook some delicious tutorial. But before we start, let me make an announcement. I lowered the price on my classes from $13 to $5 for your first month. Wow! That means that for $5 you access all of my crazy Photoshop and After Effects and also extra classes because I have classes on many creative fields. How to create this artwork, how to create unique artwork, how to animate your artwork using Photoshop After Effects, how to bring your images alive, how to create Instagram masks. All of this you can get just for $5, and also in addition to that you also get my personal help, which means that if you get stuck or have any problems, you can just email me or DM me on Instagram and I will just reply to you and help you instantly. And in case you need some like really extra help, something is wrong with your Photoshop, we can even have a Skype call where I will just help you like one-on-one. So first things first, I'm just gonna import my beautiful image. Where is it? Where is this beautiful girl? Where are you? Here. This is, and you can find the images in the description. I will provide the links and stuff, blah blah blah. So let me just make this bigger, like this. Oh yeah, baby, this looks fire. A little bit to the left. Good. Let's click that sweet OK button now. So the first thing that we will do here is we will create a brightness contrast layer. So very simple idea, we just go to adjustment layers and choose here brightness contrast. So we're going to decrease brightness to -150 and increase contrast to the max. And we already have here real darkness. Let's close this. Now we need to create the light leak, and to do that I'm going to use Curvature Pen Tool. So if you click right button here, you will find this Curvature Pen Tool here. And if your Photoshop is, if you don't have it here, that means that your Photoshop is like really old, like a grandpa, okay? So please go and update your Photoshop. Now before you start drawing, make sure you have here path selected, okay? And also make sure you have here this combine shape selected, and let's just start drawing. So now we need to draw a light leak. Basically let me just show it to you, okay? So we just need to draw this type of shape, and let's do that, baby. Let's start from here. If you just click it. So in case you don't know, Curvature Pen Tool helps us to automatically create curved lines. How this works, you just click once, you go here, you click again, boom, you go here, you click again, boom, and automatically curved line appears.
Let's continue, click here, here, let's go here, and let's continue to the dark side, here,
So as you can see now, when I click here, I also get here this really curved place. So let's just continue. Just gonna go click here, and if you want to change the position, you can just click and drag it. It's that simply. So let's just click again here. Let's continue. I'm actually gonna click here, go here.
Here.
And let's just click on the first point again to close this shape. Voila! Magnificent. So now when we did that, we will see here three options: make, selection, mask, or shape. And we need a selection. So let's just click on that sweet selection button. Boom! Further radius, make sure it's 0. Whenever you do something, make sure all of your settings are exactly like mine. Let's just click that sweet OK button, and voila! Now we have a selection here. So now what we need to do, we need now to apply this selection to this mask, okay? And yeah, you need to know how mask works. I mean, that's like the basics of Photoshop. If you don't know that, please go and see how to work with masks. So now let's click on the mask, and now I need to do, make sure you have here black color selected, so you can have here, you see, white or black. We need here black color selected. What I want to draw with black color inside the selection, just to make sure that this place is not dark. And of course I could show you the hotkey, which is Alt or Option plus backspace. But again, I'm gonna go the safer way in case your laptop is like weird and doesn't recognize the hotkeys, or in case you're using Mac and there are different hotkeys, blah blah blah. So that's why I'm just gonna go safer way. I'm just gonna go and select brush, okay, and I'm gonna make sure I have here black color selected, and make sure opacity is 100, flow is 100%, and make sure black color, and make my brush a little smaller. Now if I just draw here, you see, make sure you're on the mask, so make sure the mask is selected when you do that. Voila. So what happens now is, because we're drawing with black color on a mask, that means that where we're drawing with black color, we don't see the effect there. So for example, let's first go to select and deselect to make sure we don't have the selection here. So now if I turn this off and on, you see, what we did basically, we made the image darker, and then we chose this place and told Photoshop, okay, don't change this place, keep this place as original. So if I turn this off, you see this place is as it was. Good. Now we need to make this a little bit smoother, okay, the edges basically, because it's too strong right now. It's like too, you know what I mean, right? In order to do that, what we can do is actually very simply, if you just double click on your mask, boom boom. When you double click on your mask, two things can happen. First of all, you will either have properties panel opened, or second option, you will have another window opened where you will have to choose select a mask or view properties. If you do have the second option, then please choose view properties, and then you'll have this properties panel open. And now we can increase the feather a bit, and when we do that, what's going to happen is, as you can see, we're getting this really soft vibes. Oh yeah, baby. So let's make this 10. 10 is kind of fine. Yeah, 10 is kind of okay. I think it looks nice. So let's select the layer. Let's go to layer and duplicate layer. Let's click that with OK button. Now we have a copy. Now what I want to do is, I want to change the blending mode of this layer. And if I just go to, let's say, overlay. Yeah, I think this looks nice. Now, for example, if you just see, let's turn this off and on. Before, after, before, after. I mean, now the image just looks so much better. It's just so much juicy, you know. And if you want to see how it's like without the brightness effect, you can just turn it off. This is the original image. This is with overlay, copy, and this is with brightness. Voila. Now what I want to do is, I want to decrease the brightness, this overlay effect, let's say to 50 opacity, so around 50, yeah. You'll understand why we did that later, okay? Now let's continue. Now I want to create a duplicate of this brightness contrast, so I just select it, I go to layer, I go duplicate layer, I click that with OK button. And now what I want to do, I want to invert the mask. So basically right now we have selected everything except this line here. Now I want to select only the line, okay? So basically invert it. In order to do that, you can just double click on the mask again, you'll have properties panel opened, and then you can click that with invert button, and voila. So now what we need to do, now let's double click on this sunshine, just like you and me, because we are sunshines, right? Okay, I should probably shut up. So let's go to brightness, and let's increase the brightness, okay? And as you can see, I'm also increasing the contrast. Let's increase the contrast to 100, brightness. So now, for example, if I turn this off and on, without with, so as you can see, now the line got just so much juicier. It's like, it's golden effect. Good. Everything is perfecto so far. Now what I want to do is, now I want to make this eye shine bright like a diamond. And you don't have to do it, but I will still do it because I think it looks cool. Because if we're being realistical, where is that? If we're being realistic, the eye is not supposed to be that bright and shine like that. The reason why I did it is just, I just thought it looks cool, you know. It's not realistic, but sometimes, like, I create fantasy artworks, you know. And sometimes if I think something looks cool, it's not realistic, but it looks cool. And I'm like, well, who cares, it's not realistic, it looks cool, and I feel like it's gonna like make the artwork better, so I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna do the same here. I just wanna make this eye shine bright like a diamond, but again, it's up to you if you don't want to do it. So, how I'm gonna do this? I'm gonna create a duplicate of this image. Let's just select it. Let's go to layer and the duplicate layer. Okay. And well, actually, let's call this eye. Let us call it eye. Yeah. So now what we need to do? Let's go to filter. Let's go to render, and let's go to lens flare. This basically helps you to create this kind of lens flare. If you increase brightness, you will see what I mean. You see, it's like when you make an image and there's some kind of light in the background, and you can also change between different lens flares and so on. I'm gonna go with the first one, and I want to put it exactly on your eye and make it smaller, just like that. And of course, there are like thousands of ways to make the eye brighter, but I decided to do it this way because it's just cool. It's like another cool way to do things. So I'm gonna put it here, and it's on the eye. And now if I just click OK, now what I want to do is I want to change the blending mode of this, and I can just go here and I can choose vivid light. Exactly, I'm gonna choose vivid light. And now of course you may wonder, wait for it, is it exactly how it's supposed to be like? Yes, don't worry, okay? So what we're gonna do right now is we will create a mask. So if you just click here, and now we need to invert this mask. So again, double click on the mask and go to invert. So now we basically see everything. Sorry, now we don't see anything from this layer because you can see we have here black mask, which means that the whole image is hidden. And now if I just zoom in, I'm gonna take my brush tool, I'm gonna take white color, I'm gonna make sure I'm on the mask here, and I will make my brush a little bit smaller. And with white color, again even smaller, with white color if I start drawing here, I will start revealing some parts of this layer. So when I reveal this part, as you can see now, we again see the bright eye. But now the eye is too bright, and what we can do is we want to lower the opacity. I'm gonna go to opacity and make it 50%, and this looks good. If I just turn this off and on, voila. I can make it a little bit shinier. Yeah, this looks nice. So now when we did that, what I want to do is, as you can see now, we don't see the second eye at all, and this is a big problem, or at least for me. What I want to do, so for example, if I go here and try to turn this off and on, as you can see, okay, we still don't see the eye. That means it's probably with the brightness. Let's see. Yeah, of course it's with the brightness, not probably. That means that let's select this brightness layer. Let's go closer. Let's select brush tool. Make sure you have black color selected. Okay. And now I want to make opacity around 20, flow also around 20. And I just want to come here, make my brush a little bit bigger, and start drawing here. Unless I see the eye as I wanted to see, because when I draw with black color, what happens is I'm getting rid of the effect, and that's why we're getting rid of the darkness effect. That means I'm seeing the eye more. As you can see, it's now more and more visible. Yeah, now it looks fine. Now let's see what else we can do here. Now I'm also gonna go to this layer, which is on overlay, create a mask for it, and I will actually go and take my brush tool and delete and a little bit hide it here as well. So do the same. And now for example, if I turn this off and on, boom, now we can still see the eye, which is good there. So now what I want to do is I want to make her face glow. So as you can see, if you look here, we see here some kind of really this moon fantasy glow on the edges of her face. How did I do that? Let me show you, my dear friendsitas. I'm gonna go again to this image, and I'm just gonna go to layer and duplicate layer, and this one I'm gonna call face light. Good. So let me put this on top of all the other images that we have here. What I will do, I want to go here, click right button and choose object selection tool, and quick selection tool, and I just want to select the face. When I did that, I want to deselect the neck, and let's click minus tool and let's just deselect the neck. Good. Okay, let's click plus. We need to select a little bit this small part. Good. So now it looks nice. And now I'm just gonna go and create a mask. So now as you can see, I have this image with the mask, which means I have only the face selected here. And now I want to go to normal and change this to overlay. So now what happens is now I have this overlay effect only on the face. And now I want to make the face glow. So how is it going to happen? First of all, I want to select this, go to layer, smart object, and convert to smart object. So why did we convert it to the smart object? As you can see right now, we only see the face here, we don't see the rest. So basically we took the mask and we put it inside the image. Now the mask and image are connected. Now let's go to filter, blur, and let's go to radial blur. Radial blur helps us to create a radial blur. So blur is basically making things smooth, and radial means that it's going to make things smooth but in a circle form. So for example, if you can see here blur methods, I have here spin like this and I have zoom. I'm gonna choose zoom, okay, and I will try to put it somewhere where is her face, and currently it's like almost in the middle, so I can just take this and move it. As you can see, basically this is going to be the center of our effect, and this needs to be on her face. Amount 65, quality good, and let's just click that with OK button, and voila. So if you look now, if I turn this off and on, you see we got a little bit of this blurry shiny effect, but that's not all. Now I will click here right button, okay, and probably my camera is going to be on this menu, so you will not see it, but if you go to the very top, you will see here blending options, the very first option, and let me just click on it. Boom. So now here I'm gonna choose Auto Glow, and Auto Glow helps us to create a glow on the outside. I know I'm such a good teacher, I explain things very well. So yeah, what are we going to do here? First of all, make sure you have your blending mode normal, opacity 100%, and let's now click here, and you want to choose here some kind of color of the face. So for example, when I can choose the color now, and let's say I click here, and now it's too dark. As you can see, we have here this dark glow. I want to make it brighter, so I'm just gonna make this a little bit brighter, and voila, now it looks really nice. Let me just click OK. And now for example, if I turn this off and on, you see no glow. Make sure you have your soft selected, spread is 0. With size you can control the amount of glow you want to have, and anyway, make sure all of your settings are exactly like mine, and let's just click that with OK button. Voila. So now again we have a problem, we don't see the eye again. What I want to do here is I want to create a group. So if I just click on the group, boom, and I want to take this face light layer and I want to put it inside the group. And if I close and open the group, as you can see, the layer is inside the group. Capish? Good. So now when we have this, make sure we go here and click on create mask, and voila, now we have here mask. Now I'm gonna select again my brush tool and I will draw on the eye, and what will happen is basically I will start hiding this face light effect from the eye so that I can see the eye again, because if I turn this off, as you can see, I see the eye but I don't see the effect. If I turn it on, I see the effect but I don't see the eye, and I want to combine it. That's why I'm gonna use the mask of the group and delete this effect from here, this layer from here, basically just to see the eye. Good. And I see the eye. Perfecto. Now what I want to do is I want to go here and I want to go and create another brightness contrast layer, and I want to increase the contrast and also the brightness, and see maybe we can come up with something nice. Okay, I think this is fine. So now the problem that we may face is that her neck and her face are different colors. Why this happened is because we have here this effect, which is the face light, which is only on her face and not the neck. And what we can do to fix that, in order to fix that, we can select the other overlay, and we can actually make its opacity a little bit higher. So let's say 80%, maybe even 90. Good. And now let's go to the face and make its opacity a little bit lower. Let's say 80, so 90. But now the thing is that now the face is too bright, too shiny. So I'm gonna go to the mask, I'm gonna take my brush tool, and again I have to, make sure that we get rid a little bit of the layer on from the face. So if I turn this off, as you can see, the face is not that yellow, but if I turn this on, the face is very yellow. So I want to make sure I take my brush tool with black colors, flow this and this around 20%, and if I just start drawing, make sure you're on the mask, I'm gonna get rid of this layer just a bit, a little bit more and a little bit more, just so that this color of the neck and the face are kind of similar. And now if I turn this off and on, voila, now they look much closer. Good day. Very good day indeed. Let's go to this vivid light. I want to actually maybe increase it a bit, maybe let's say 65. Yeah, this is nice. Probably even higher, like 80. I still want to make the eye brighter, and what I can do is instead of increasing vivid light, I can just create another brightness contrast layer. I can increase the brightness, and I can now invert this mask. So if I just double click and I click invert, and I can take my brush tool, and with white color I can just draw on the mask again to reveal this brightness contrast effect on the eye. Because right now, as you can see, it's all dark. If I turn this off and on, nothing happens. But if I take my brush tool and with white color start drawing here, a little bit, as you can see, I start revealing this effect only here, basically. A little bit here, and let me turn this off and on. Voila, now the eye is a little bit brighter. This is very, very good. So now, how long is this? Holy shit, 30 minutes! Now a few of the last steps are adding some sky effects. So here it is, you'll also find this in the download materials, and I'm just gonna make it bigger, and I will put it so that it covers the whole image, a little bit bigger. Let's click OK. And now of course, like, we need to bring it like to the very top and change the blending mode to, let's see, lighten, color dodge. Yeah, I like color dodge better. Now let's create a mask, and now I'm just gonna take my brush tool, black color, make it bigger, and make sure these are actually 100%. And all I want to do is I just want to get rid of the stars from her face and body. And right now the stars are like kind of too strong, I feel like, so I'm gonna decrease the opacity of this layer to around 30%, maybe a bit more, and voila, now we have here like some really smooth stars. And just as a last step, what I would do is I want to kind of like connect all of them. So if I just click here and then I hold shift and click on the first one, as you can see, everything is selected. I'm gonna go to layer, smart objects, and convert to smart object. And now it's gonna take everything and convert it into a big smart object. And now what I want to do is I want to go to filter and camera raw filter. Basically what will happen is now I want to do the final touch, which means I'm just gonna edit the colors of it with all of my heart. Why all of my heart? Because that's basically my favorite part, where I edit the colors and tweak things. So let's see, I'm gonna add a little bit of violet just to make this a little bit magical, and a little bit of blue. Oh yeah, baby. Let's decrease contrast and increase the haze. And also regarding the haze, if you don't have it, that means that you don't have the latest version of Photoshop. I'm gonna increase clarity a bit just to make this more clear. Vibrance is probably too strong, but again, you can play with it. Highlights and shadows are kind of fine, so no need to really play with them. Maybe a little bit decrease exposure. And now you can go to color mixer. Well, in your case, if you have an older version of Photoshop, you're going to have it here. It's going to be the third button, and it's going to be called HSL adjustments and not color mixer. So, but as you can see, HSL, hue, saturation, luminance, and I want to go to blues. And yeah, as you can see, I can change the background. I can make it like really cyan, nice, and that's what I want to do. Let's see if I want to change some other stuff. Maybe like this no, the skin, I don't really want to change this. Maybe a little bit orangey. Yeah, let's click OK. And voila, this looks nice. I mean, if you think this glow effect is kinda maybe too strong or too weird, what you can do is you can always double click on your smart object. So if you just double click on the thumbnail, boom, boom. When you do that, it will open again the original project. And now we can go and find this face light, and let's say we decrease its opacity to 75%, maybe even 70. And now what I want to do is I want to save this, because as you can see, we have here the star, which means that it's not saved. And now if I go to file and save, it will automatically update the smart object as well. So this was our project here, and now this automatically got updated as well. Now as you can see, we have here less of the light leak. Good. And also the light leak makes the face smoother. Without it, the face would be like really sharp. So I think it's still a nice addition. And voila! I mean, doesn't this look fantastical? Again, if you think the eye should be brighter, you can do it on your own. I showed you all the steps so that you can actually play with them on your own and do what you wanna do. But I think this looks really nice, and make sure to check out my premium classes, my dear friendsitas. Thank you for watching. Please like this video so I know that you liked it. Sometimes I say things that are too obvious, so obvious that's stupid. Bye bye.